Welcome to the State of the Scene Show. Frankie Messina coming at you again. And if you've heard some other voices, it's because I know people. I know other people in this world. It's not just all about me.
You're the man, brother.
So we got two special guests coming in with you in just a moment. I'm going to come back in a moment and introduce them. A couple of musicians in town that I've just recently met. And I love it that way because that way you get to know them too. And ask some questions from them basically about, let's see, their lives. Who is you? We'll be back in a moment. State of the Scene Show. Drive safe. Happy Friday, everyone. You made it. Extended show today we are doing. Got Jerry Waller coming up at the 4 o'clock hour. Speaking of an event coming up. But I'm going to get to know these guys better right in just a moment with you out there, Miss Orlando. 91.5 Rollins College. Frankie Messina, the State of the Scene Show. I think I covered it all. Back in a moment. All right. Isn't that fun? It makes you want to go straight to New Orleans, don't it?
Yeah.
Professional long hair.
Makes me crave crawfish, to be honest with you.
You know the reason I'm playing that is because what you just said. I'm missing New Orleans. I'm missing my town. I'm from Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and spent a lot of time in New Orleans though. And man, it's just fun. This is from the soundtrack from the Big Easy, the movie The Big Easy.
Yeah.
And it's got a selection of music on here that's just amazing. Just really, really great. That's a good movie too.
Yeah.
A lot of times those accents they'll do in the South, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've got a really big Southern drawl here.
Really?
More than the Cajun accent.
You know, some people say like Florida is as Southern as we get, but not really, you know. But I end up just, sounding a little, like people say, "Oh, dude, are you from California?" I'm like, no, not at all. But I did lie when I was younger. I was like, "Yeah, I'm from California, dude. Rock on, bruh."
You got that surfer attitude, I think.
I did used to surf a little bit, but like you were talking about like the Big Easy soundtrack. I was a big fan of the Tony Hawk soundtrack,
Oh yeah,
the Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I've never heard anybody say that.
The best music on that, dude.
And,
I agree with that.
And a lot of those surf videos and surf movies, it was mostly a lot of like local and punk bands because they didn't have the royalties to pay.
Yeah.
The big bands. So be like that's like Sublime. That's like
Close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough.
punk, yeah, close enough. So let me go and introduce who I got here today because I'm pleased and happy to have two musicians in town that we were watching music just a couple nights ago at the Imperial, right?
Yep.
Always, yeah.
And okay, who's calling me?
We might have a couple of those.
Oh, you know what?
Away.
That's Jerry. He's calling us, so we're gonna be
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry.
Your sushi rolls are here.
I'm on the air, and I just picked up the phone for you. So Jerry Waller's coming. I'm gonna come let you in just a moment. So that's fun. I did that on purpose because I love just people know that I'm kind of new at this, but it's fun to just pick up this phone right in the middle. You're listening to State of the Scene Show 9.5. Jerry Waller will be coming in since we just found out that he's outside. We're gonna let him in. The people that I have in the studio right now is I'm gonna say the other name first. I like Don Ugly.
Oh, thank you.
I just like saying. I've been wanting to say that name on there for a while.
He is pretty ugly.
That's your one man. That's your name of your one man act.
Yep, that's the moniker I go by.
I love it. I love it.
I have there's a method behind the madness, if you will.
Cash Erickson.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Frankie.
Because I've seen your name. I think we've been on Facebook or whatever a couple times, but I don't know why we've never met. How long have you been in town?
Well, I've been in Orlando for about maybe 4 years going on, but I've only been playing music for about a year and a half in Orlando. I've been writing music since I was probably maybe 12, 13.
Wow.
But just now, like recently, about a few years ago, is when I finally got the guts to portray myself, follow my path, because that's what I always wanted to do.
You got the guts.
well, man, that's cool because and I love having you on here once again because I love meeting new people. I also love hearing where this passion came from. I mean, Have you had a band? Have you been in a band? Or
Oh yeah, I've been in a few bands. I was actually in Jason's band at one point when I actually first moved to Orlando. I was in a he does more like reggae, ska, alternative punk and stuff. And I was his guitarist for a while, but that was then. And then
okay.
Other than that, no, like that in my own projects, I've played with people backing up and stuff. But other than my own music act, Jason's really the only band that I've ever been in.
So Jason Thomas Wright.
Yes, sir.
That's a great name.
Thank you.
You could be an actor with that name.
I'm actually working on that as well. It's trying to be like the multi-threat.
Do you want to act?
He's got the smile.
The triple threat.
The only thing I can't do is dance. I mean, I'll get jiggy with it, but I'll look like Carlton at the end of the day.
I just saw something on Turner Movie Classics. They were talking about Gene Kelly, like he was the original like triple threat because he could dance, act, and sing. Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to do these days.
Whole shebang. Yeah.
I mean, you got to make it like I'm working here.
Yeah, it takes more than talent these days. That's for sure.
I guess who would be a triple threats in today's world? Who would you think? J-Lo?
No.
I'd
say something around the lines of who's like an actor? Who's like a musician that's an actor?
Jared Leto.
Yeah, I'd say that.
That's cool.
He could probably dance. I don't know his dancing skills,
I'm
but
sure he can.
I know he's a good actor, except for his role in the Joker. We just like to show that under the map.
Okay. I guess we should clarify the triple threat. A good triple threat. Like some of them do it. Some of them do try.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back to you guys. Let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you guys. What do y'all think about me? No.
Frankie, I love your shirt.
That's an old joke. That's an old joke that I use a lot. Bette Miller used that. I always love that joke.
Did your mama
that guy, Frankie? I tell you what.
So let's talk to Jason a second. You guys are roommates too, right?
Yeah.
Because y'all show up at the same time. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't think we had it at the same time. So this is how it knew that we are meeting. Your music is what? Heavy?
My music is more like a punk alternative sort of level, but
cool.
I also influence because my genre I can't specifically just succumb to one genre.
Right.
I like to mix multiple different genres into one song and see how it flows. Some songs are softer than others and more are poppier or upbeat or punkish in a sense, along with adding like little spritzes of reggae and ska. Little spritz.
A little sprinkle.
Nice.
Also,
so what's the name of the band?
The Speechless.
You've been playing for a long time. I was looking on your Facebook at the pictures, like trying to pick a picture to show, and you're like, any picture would do. Also, I'm like, this guy's been around.
Yeah,
you played a lot.
I'm employed at House of Blues right now.
That's great.
I just work behind the bar. And but nice. Before I worked there, I played there with a cover band, Melodic Descent, and those guys are great, big in the reggae scene.
Okay.
And the thing that I love about Orlando's tight knit musician community is that everybody is really respectable towards one another, no matter what genre you are.
You're right.
We all recognize that we're all musicians. We're all in this game together. Except for a few exceptions, maybe. I don't know. But
right.
I don't know them.
A good place that really exemplifies that is the Haven. The Haven has such a diverse group of people in there, and they're always respectful because that crowd goes in there. It's more on the heavier metal side, a lot. But there's other acts in there coming there, and just people just love it. And I don't think the Haven gets the credit sometimes that it's due. No. I mean, I know that with the diverse people there, the people that we could talk about clubs forever, but that's just one that when we're talking about how people respect each other. That of course Will's. Wills and everything.
It's funny that you say that about the Haven because that was actually the first venue I ever played when I was like a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was like 16, 17 playing shows with in high school with my my old band.
What's cool about that location over there is near Full Sail. Mm-hmm. So all the Full Sail students come. Were you a Full Sail student?
No, I never graduated high school.
I'm a Full Sail graduate alumni.
That's great. What did you take that to? Show pro or?
No. I did recording arts.
Nice.
Yeah, I've always was a huge do-it-yourself guy, and like I said, I've been writing music since I was like 13, and I was always infatuated in learning how to properly record it, and so that's why I went to Full Sail. Some people are like, "Oh, that's really expensive just to learn how to do something," but
right.
Granted, yeah, it is expensive. It was worth it. I've met a lot of good. I've networked a lot to where I've met a lot of good people that really helped me out in a lot of different things, and on top of that, just like getting the hands-on experience that Full Sail gives you, I do recommend it. It's like I said, it is expensive, but it's worth it.
I've known a lot of Full Sail folks out there, and a lot of teachers. I didn't even know so many musicians in town or instructors out there.
Yeah.
And it's just getting large. They took over that entire corner, and they just opened up an esports arena. I just saw the largest esports arena.
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
Just this week.
Really?
Largest I think in the country, possibly the world.
Full Sail did?
For esports.
Well, this week it wouldn't surprise me because I believe it's Hall of Fame over there right now.
Okay.
And it's that's like when, they go all out, they bring like really successful alumni, and they have seminars for aspiring, engineers or, all the fields that are in there. And
that's cool.
So like them opening up this week, that makes sense to me. That's cool. I didn't even hear about that. I got to check that out.
Awesome, yeah.
So Jason and Cash. I've got Cash Erickson, Don Ugly.
Yes, sir.
Which do people ever like not want to say your names? They think they're going to offend you? Because I know this is radio. You're not ugly. Number one.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now because I would tell you if you were. No. Everyone out there listening, like that's Frankie's talking to Don Ugly. That's the name that he brought to me. Everyone out there, I'm not saying Don, you're not ugly. Where did it really that name? Where did you come up with that name? Just all
right. Well,
this is great.
Yeah. Well, all right. So
I love names.
First off, I wanted to have a moniker because the way I am, I felt like it'd be easier for me to get into, like, a character, if you will, in the whole writing process.
Right.
And I also wanted to create something that was ridiculous enough for people to remember, honestly.
And I'll never forget it.
And
you're right.
And usually people will be like, sometimes I'll get like either, oh, that's awesome, or why is your name Don Ugly?
Right.
And honestly,
because Cash is not a bad name for a singer. I mean, I don't know why it's with a K, but I'm just thinking maybe that might be a pretty good name to have also go by.
Yeah,
was that maybe one of the reasons you changed it to another name?
Well, like I said, I just really
did. You get tired of saying not like John? Not it's
not even
Cash with the K.
And people like when they're like, oh, your name's Cash, you're a musician like Johnny Cash. I get that a lot, but that wasn't even really the reason why. I just kind of wanted.
Right.
To be able
it worked
to like separate it, and I'm Cash now, but when I'm on stage, I'm a different person. And how I came up with Don Ugly is one day I was just kind of looking at all the material I had at one point, and I was just I realized it was like, I don't know, kind of like things that people could relate to, just like don't want to admit it. Like the ugly side of things, and not to make it sound melancholy, because I really like, even though some of the meanings behind the songs, like the production is a little different, but I looked at it like that, and then it really just came to my head, Don Ugly, and then I saw it in my head, and I went with it.
I love it because like I mentioned earlier here too, I do a lot of art shows and things, and I love names, and I did a show, one of my most successful shows ever. Was called the Bad Art Show, and it's basically kind of what you're saying, because it's all opinion, it's all, and you're right with when you are the person that brings the reality of things to people, then kind of like they say, you make fun of yourself, you're a great man when you can do that, but everyone forever was just going like a bad art show, like, and I had one artist in this entire town go, you want me to bring my art to a bad art show? And everyone else was like, that's funny, Frankie, because it's just the art's just opinion. I had over 600 pieces of artwork at this show.
Pretentious.
And it was just the most amazing show. But what I did as the art, the opening night, it was announced as the Bad Art Show forever. And people showed up, and I had changed it to Good Art Show on every sign that I had. Oh, no. And I actually had someone walk up and go, could you please tell me, I'm looking for the Bad Art Show, not realizing the joke in between. Just so your play on words, I'll never forget your name. I'm thinking about there's going to be they're already looking it up. Not where you're driving, please.
Yeah.
Hello, no texting. You know that.
It's kind of like a safety net too. It's like, like the Bad Art Show, Don Ugly. It's
sure.
like,
I know.
If they really don't like it, it's like, well, his name is like Don Ugly, or it was the Bad Art Show.
To me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
I told you.
So you're giving them like rope to run with, and I mean, you're giving yourself some leeway.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear songs because anyway. So you're gonna play a song?
I brought my guitar. I'll definitely play a song today.
So Cash Erickson, Don Ugly will be up in a moment, and Jason also is going to play us a song, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'm going to play you guys one of an unreleased track that we haven't actually put on air yet.
Super.
Yeah, haven't been on Spotify, hasn't been on Pandora. It's a new single release, so I worked really hard with this with some of my old friends that I used to jam with back in the day on my old band, No Artificial Flavors, and it carried on and transformed into the Speechless with a new group of great gentlemen, Andy Smith, who actually plays in Florida Man, Oklahoma Stackhouse.
Nice.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all these tight-knit bands, like, mainly they all share the same horn section.
That's great. You know what? I believe I've met that guy. What's his name?
Andy
Smith? Yes. He played at one of our shows. He played actually at a party I had with The Strange Trip.
No.
Did you know The Strange Trip?
Did you have the pool? Did you have the pool with the backdrop in the wait, did you... Was it over off of like I-4 area? Okay.
No. This was at the Peacock Room.
Oh, I remember that. Too.
And there was an anniversary party for this thing called Apartment E that I do.
That's a new bar now, isn't it? The Peacock Room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's great. So yeah, the musicians, especially the horn players in this town, they go all over the place.
They're family.
They really are, and essential. Like kind of like Tanner Johnson, also like with the violin player. Mm-hmm. Last night, him and Jordan Foley were at the Imperial.
Oh yeah.
And just amazing.
I've never met Tanner, but I've seen him on social media because we know a lot of the same people, and yeah, he really is good. I've watched his Instagram. I've never seen him live or anything, but social media is a heck of a thing.
And it is. So on online it would be Don Ugly or
Instagram Don_Ugly. YouTube you can just search Don Ugly or Cash Erickson. I have one single on Spotify. I used to have a lot more stuff, but I kind of took it off because it was more of the beginning phases, if you will.
Anything on MySpace?
No, not MySpace.
Okay,
no.
I'm just wondering.
No, I haven't used MySpace in a long time, honestly.
No, I don't think anybody is anymore. I heard
my dad calls it My Face and Spacebook, and I was
with
that MySpace and that Facebook or Spacebook.
I'll tell you.
Well, people are older when they say the Facebook too, and I catch myself.
That's what it was
that.
called at first when it was like still in was it Harvard where
Zuckerberg came up with it.
And so Facebook. Jason Thomas Wright, the Speechless. Is that how it's online?
The Speechless. You can find us on Facebook.
.com?
No, not thespeechless.com yet.
Okay.
I haven't bought that yet.
That may be about something else about speech.
It might be even a movie, a horror flick or something like that.
After you see them, you can't talk.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow.
91.5, we're listening to two people talk things that I like to talk about, and that is local music and musicians. Like we're sitting here just around a fire pit. We're just sitting here shooting it. So I love that. You're welcome to the State of Scene Show again. Frankie Messina, you're listening to 9.5 through PRK radio that always spotlights. It's a long night.
Spotlights.
Locals doing really good things. So come back, drive safe. We're gonna come back and we're gonna get these guys with the guitar in their hand and get some live music right here in the studio, which makes me happy. From Don Ugly first, Mr. Cash Erickson,
how you doing?
And then Jason, how you doing? I'm Don Ugly, and then Jason Thomas Wright from the Speechless. That's what I was waiting on. There you go, Jason. So it is heavy.
It's no, not as heavy as I wanted to.
I hear you. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks for listening. We're glad you're here. WPRK State of Scene Show. Back in a moment. Man. You know what you got to do after that, right? Aye. There you go.
Give me your yee.
Let's push that door there. We're gonna have a live performance here. Welcome back to State of Scene Show. Frankie Messina back at you, with two good guys coming here. I know already we're gonna become some of the best friends because we're kind of crazy. We kind of got the same ideas here. Like we know that there's so many people in town that help each other. Like Jason just mentioned, how the bands work together and play with each other and do the do the thing because the scene here, don't y'all think the scene here is just outrageous right now? It's so alive, isn't it?
I love Orlando. You know, I'm not from here originally. I've been here for, like I said, almost 4 years now.
Okay. Where from? Where from?
I was born in South Florida, Pompano Beach.
Okay.
I was raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, parents got split up and all that. But anyway, so I've lived, you know, except for on the West Coast Florida, but, you know, all, you know, North and South Florida and now Central Florida. And Central Florida has been my favorite time in, you know, as a Florida boy. You know, everybody here is very supportive of each other in the music scene.
It really is.
You know, like I said, I'm pretty new to it, and I've already met a bunch of people, and it's just when I go out, it's like it's very nice and easy just to, you know, slide into, I guess. You know, just
you could find a musician anywhere. All you gotta do, like you could look down the street.
Seriously,
our neighbors are even in a reggae band. It's hilarious. It's
That's great.
Yeah, and like, you know, there's this thing. You know, it's a thing between Orlando local musicians, but Gigs for a Grab made by Megan and Layla. And that's also like been a huge reason why I was able to network so well as well.
Say that again. Gigs for Grab.
Yeah, well, it's more of a private, like, you know, they invite
Maybe we
you
shouldn't be
to
saying
it. No, it's not like not like
that private.
because, like,
we're
you
on
know,
the radio.
they love getting new musicians onto that and all that. But you know, they've been a big help. You know, they have a open mic every Monday. Honestly, I haven't even been to that open mic because of you know, I work a regular job because I have to. Monday nights I'm always out by like midnight, and, you know, we'll get out like 1 o'clock, and it ends at 1 o'clock, I believe. So I've never been able to make it, but I do know that's been very successful, helping, you know, newer musicians like myself, you know, get out there and all that. And I've been meaning to get out there. I really want to make it out there soon.
Let's get to your music, because I can't wait to hear you. But where were some of the first bands you may have known in town when you moved here?
When I first moved to town,
some of the first ones you met.
Groove Orient,
for sure.
And what was cool about Groove Orient is so right when I got out Full Sail, I got an internship at a studio, which is unfortunately not closed down, but I was an intern there, and they actually recorded their album at the studio, and that's how I got to meet those guys and get cool with them. Right. You know, like Chuck, Dave, Bucky, Harry. All those guys.
David Negus had a show here, you know. About,
absolutely.
Amazing. And he's been on a couple of times. What a super guy.
Dave was actually...
He's what you call a connector for sure.
Dave was actually my first bass player in my Don Ugly band.
Nice.
When I told him I was doing a band, he wanted to join and help me out, but he got
That's what
busy,
he does.
You know?
He loves new challenges.
He's a great guy.
And he is a super guy. And David Negus, your listeners out there, you know how much you're really revered in this town for what you've done. And just the connecting way that you have, so it's great.
Yeah, shout out to Davey V.
He was in your band. Well, whenever you're ready,
yeah,
I want to hear a song. What's the song you're gonna play? Is it?
Yeah. So this is a new song I've never released. I'm actually recording it right now.
Nice.
It's called Drug Rugs.
Nice.
And it is it's just a song about it's kind of cliche, you know, about being in the desert and having a spiritual experience.
We in the studio here. It's not an official sound system ready to go. We're just with the microphone and the acoustic, and it seems to come over really well with us and clear. So the staff here has done a wonderful job. So I'm introduced Don Ugly with a brand new song coming at us live on the air. Hit it, man.
The song's called Drug Rugs. Desert we come clean. Something that you hear when you dip in the sea. So I grabbed my High Sierra and Solomon Lace, and head out with the boys from Taos to pick up the pace. Out here there are rudiments to foresee, as I pull out blue heaven from my jeans, giving what you are in the orange display. All were wearing drug rugs on that day. All were wearing drug rugs on that day. darkness where I lay, wishing that someone would come out and say, within, with whom, with me instead. Will either end up here or wind up dead. Either end up here or wind up dead. Ooh, I let that feeling ride. Ooh, I let that feeling ride, yeah. Drugrugs on that day. Oh, we're wearing drugrugs on that day. Oh, wearing drugrugs on that day. We all were wearing drugrugs on that day.
Hello. Wow. Woo. Good job, man. Wow.
Thank you, brother.
That
I
was
appreciate
amazing.
that.
That's
Thank you.
super.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, man.
About broke my back turning back around here. Man, you know, your voice is great.
Thank you. I
It's
appreciate
just great.
that, man.
That's great. That was Cash Erickson, Donna Ugly.
Thank you
Ladies
guys
and
for listening.
gentlemen.
It's a pleasure being here.
And when will that be out where someone can get that or listen?
So I'm taking I have a elongated marketing approach for this album.
Okay.
I'm not going to release it until the whole album's done, and I assume this album's going to be done within the end of the year. I do think that's probably going to be one of the singles, so it'll be out a little bit before the album, but I'm going to go and tell you, there's not an exact date. I'm not on a label or anything, so it's like all DIY. Like, I'm recording everything myself, mixing it. I'm going to send it to get mastered, but...
Well, if that's a taste, I can't wait to get the whole meal.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate
That's
it.
crazy good.
Yeah, expect
Wow.
something by the end of the year. And actually, when I get it recorded, I'll send you a copy, man. Absolutely.
I'll buy a copy. People try to give me things all the time, and I support.
I appreciate
when
that.
when I can, they go, they'll. I get your CD. Well, no. Just show me where the CD's at, and I'm gonna buy it.
That
Got you, man.
T-shirt.
Thank you.
T-shirts. I bought T-shirts that don't even fit me because it's the last one. I just want to give them some money,
Yeah.
And I just realized that's a 12-string guitar.
Yeah, man.
sir.
Yeah.
My brother had one of those growing up, and that was really a unique thing out in the 70s.
It's very angelic.
Yeah,
It's a good tone. you know?
Yeah,
It-
especially
It's a Fender, and
it jams.
I call her
It's beautiful.
Blondie. She's for the listeners who can't see, she's a very, very yellowish, goldish look to her,
Beautiful,
and it's
beautiful.
I just think of blonde every time I see it. I love her.
So are you keyed up there? We're gonna listen to
Yeah.
one of Jason Thomas Wright's for the Speechless.
Yes, this was
Is-
produced with my good friend Andy Smith and Jordan Jackson and Mark Stallings actually as well.
Mikey Mac.
Andy Smith did all of the recording and all the producing on this. And this is still just a rough demo, but this is one of our singles. This song's called "Get Up."
I believe I got you plugged in here the right way. Let's give it a try. Speechless. Got it? Nice. We got it.
Get up, I know you wanna wake up next to me, girl. But I don't wanna waste my time. See, you got your problems
Wow. Wowzer. You,
Yes, indeed.
Jason, you made me want to go to the beach and just have like a ball, man.
Yeah,
that song is
you,
fun.
you
dude.
threw that. You threw me for a loop. I knew you mentioned Sky. We were talking I did it to myself. In my mind, I was thinking more heavy could come out of there.
Oh yeah, well,
But that's some hard hitting music. You're playing guitar on that?
yes. I actually.
What kind of guitar?
Oh man, I go through him and I have 9-10 guitars in the living room. But on that track, I'm pretty sure I had an ESP LTD EX50, which is like kind of like a lightning bolt guitar. It looks like a James Hetfield sort of guitar. But
okay.
I usually play live out of a Fender Telecaster.
Nice.
Or an
Well,
Ibanez.
of course you do.
Yeah.
Don't everybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Right?
That's a super song. You wrote that?
Yeah, absolutely. I pride myself on that guitar solo too, man. That was nasty.
It was. No, that he said go to the beach. That made me just want to go straight down to the corner and just go crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
That's the energy I like to provide.
And
at
that's
the
new.
shows.
That's newer too.
Yep, absolutely. I got a whole bunch more waiting to be released. It's just a matter of time until I actually do it.
That's gonna go straight. That's gonna go straight to number one around this town. I can see that at any playing any place.
I appreciate that.
And all the beach bars and Ponce Inlet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had a good following in Cocoa for a while, and over in Cocoa, and that whole era and all the beach sides. I've always had the best fun over there. New Smyrna, I love it. It's
So the name of it is The Speechless.
The Speechless.
You can find it everywhere. Jason Thomas Wright is the man behind that.
There we are. Yeah, you find me on Facebook.
It's an absolute pleasure meeting both of you. I mean, and to hear your music and play, because like people know me. I go out a lot, and when I'm out, and I'll meet someone, and the other night I said what I did, and said, and I come on the show. Well, how about tomorrow? How about in a couple days?
So we're like, yeah, absolutely.
You know, but because I picked up this extra time from Kevin, and we've got Jerry Waller coming in here in the just a moment to tell us about an event, and Jessica coming in from the Biscuit, Bacon, and Blues show is going to be coming in here, and I'm so honored to have them in here because I'm listening to those guys forever, and I love the show when I'm off of work in the mornings. But what a way to wake up with the selection of blues music that he has.
Absolutely.
So, actually, have you ever met Jerry?
Jerry, I don't think I've met Jerry.
He's right here. Say hi.
Jerry?
I've seen you out and about because I recognize not just from the door.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Jerry,
Pleasure, Jason.
this is how we do it, Orlando. 9.5 the State of the Scene show. We love people meeting. We love meeting new people. We love showcasing what's out there and what's fresh and what's good. And Jerry's got an event coming up that's gonna be just amazing soon. So let me go to a song here in a moment, and cordially tell you guys that's a pleasure meeting you, and I'm glad you're here. You're welcome back when both of your projects come out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bring it back here.
Frankie,
Bring it back here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bring your friends. The new studio we're going to have is going to have an entire spot where the entire band can fit in. It's going to be beautiful
Awesome.
in a few months. So, but I think the time will be perfect for you guys to come back.
I like it here too, though. It's nice and intimate. Personal.
It's a cool spot. You know, the Rollins has always supported local and everything, and I'm just happy and honored to be part of this, to be able to do a show like this, and just have conversation like we're doing. Like we're in someone's living room, just sitting here around a fire pit talking, and Orlando out there gets to hear this beautiful, articulate voice that I have. Right, I'm just.
I love it.
My friends go like, "Will he shut?" Like oh my God! Somebody gave Frankie a mic. That's now I have to hear him all the time. Anyway, I'm honored to be here, and it's nice meeting you. So we'll say goodbye to Cash Erickson, Don Ugly, and Jason Thomas Wright
Thank you so
from
much.
the band The Speechless. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we're gonna get to a little song here and back with Jerry Waller in a moment. Just in 91.5, the State of the Scene show, and we are loving today. So come back and see us. We're glad you're here. Be safe, everyone. Bye-bye.